Okay, so welcome, welcome. Um,
Hi.
do you have any burning Canva questions, or did you just want to do like maybe um, a little bit of work or experimentation with Canva while we're on today?
I am brand new in learning Canva at the moment, so I don't have any specific questions.
Okay,
I was actually, wasn't sure who all would attend, but I was just going to sort of watch what other people do and kind of learn that way.
yeah.
One of the things that I am working on, or I say working on, I haven't really started working on it yet, but I need to work on are YouTube thumbnails,
Yes, okay, uh-huh.
and I kind of want to get it seems like the pattern today these days is not to like have every thumbnail the same on, but I still want to get good at making them quickly, right?
Hmm.
Because everything takes time and we only have so much of it in the day. So
Yeah.
that's the next thing I need to do, which will be a learning experience in Canva for me.
So I think that this is I was actually thinking this morning about doing just like a YouTube thumbnail class, not class, but like a course just on YouTube thumbnails
That would be cool.
because there are a couple things about YouTube thumbnails that are, that people have to think about. So one thing is that, yeah, having essentially the same template for all intents and purposes over and over and over again repeated, but the title is different, the verbiage on the thumbnail, it's different. That worked like a couple of years ago, and it doesn't really work anymore. So a couple of things to think about, and I can definitely put this in a course. One is that like limiting the verbiage on your thumbnail to be like a few words, like 3 words.
Hmm.
It's not the same at all as your title. Even things like, don't do this or, avoid whatever. It's like I hate to say it's the clickbait, but it's the clickbait because
Yeah,
people
it
definitely
is.
want to avoid the bad thing.
Yeah.
And then a thumbnail should have, generally speaking, people get more clicks when the person running the channel is in the thumbnail. So that's kind of a bummer for people who are really shy. But the fact is that these do get higher click-through rates. And then all the verbiage that needs to be on the thumbnail, it has to be all caps. And
Mhm.
there tends to be a higher click-through when the all caps has some sort of like background behind it, whether it's a full like rectangular block of solid black or whatever behind it, or if it is at least if it pops out, if it has a little, I say shadow, but like kind of a harsh shadow that's more squared off, if you know what I mean.
So basically, you want to make sure that text is super high contrast so that it
Yes.
stands out and grabs people's attention. Yeah,
Very high
gotcha.
contrast. And so even having things like that are like a pink shade and then a blue shade, that's not necessarily helpful if they're the same value, if the
Yeah.
pink and the blue value, if they're the same value. And if people are watching this in the future and they're wondering what the hell is value, value really has to do with essentially, I'm going to butcher the way I'm describing this, but like lightness and darkness. So if you can see like the painting behind me, perhaps like the Dolly Parton's like skin in her face has a very similar value to this purple right here. So it doesn't, there's not too much contrast there. Where basically, if you were to grayscale it, you could have two completely different colors. But if they have the same or very similar value, if you were to look at it in a
Yeah.
grayscale, it would be nearly identical. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going to be helpful for understanding whether your stuff is going to pop or not. Eventually, like people will get the hang of it. But um, that's like a good thing. People like little reactions. So instead of just a person, just there statically, like the person who's running the channel. People, yeah, they like reactions, things that look
Yeah,
like,
I've seen it. Yeah. It
or
feels so silly and
you
hammy,
know,
but it works. Yeah.
it's absolutely lame and but it works. It's a lame thing that works. Um, there are like sometimes one question that people have is can they do their branded colors? So even if let's say they were to look at another YouTube thumbnail in the same space talking about essentially the same thing, could they use that thumbnail as sort of their own guide? And the answer for that is yes, you should do that. If it is a good video, if it's a breakout video. So if it means that more people are watching that video on average than most of the other videos on that same channel, then that's called a breakout video. And if that's the case, you should seriously steal like an artist. And um, if people don't know that little book, it's a really good little book. And not completely copy it like identically, but you could get pretty close. And then if you wanted to brand the thumbnail so that it's at least your color scheme or something, you could potentially do that. But I've kind of drifted away from that on my own, not on this channel that I run because I'm like nobody's watching this channel. I don't really care. But for the channels that I care about, then those thumbnails are they very, very closely mirror other very successful thumbnails on the same topic. And if you don't have to recreate the wheel, why?
Are you doing the thing where we're getting off of the Canva topic a little bit, but are you doing the thing where you change the thumbnail on the video after the like initial spike of views drops off?
Well, I have not done that. I tried that sort of on one of my other channels. Basically it wasn't doing that great. So it's not like I had a spike view and then it lowered. It's that it wasn't doing great to begin with. And I thought, why is this? And it might be because it was very similar to another video that I had on another channel because I have a lot of different channels. But I have heard of people doing that. I'm not sure whether that would be the right way to go. I definitely will say this. I've made the mistake where a video was going, like doing really, really well. And for some stupid reason, I decided at that time to change the name of my channel. And I was getting subscribers like that. I was getting like hundreds of subscribers. And I decided to change the name of my channel. And that was absolutely stupid. So
Mhm.
I will say that if they have a YouTube channel and it seems to be going well and you're getting subscribers, and maybe not like one here or one there, if that's the case, then change things up. But if you're doing pretty well, don't change an effing thing. Don't change anything at
Yeah.
all. But that's a good question.
Yeah, I
Um,
see people that I follow that do that move, and it took me a while to recognize what was happening because I would see a video and I'd be like, I swear I saw that video the other day, but it looked different. And then I realized that it was actually a technique that people were using to try to
yeah,
um, to try to increase the view count or give a video sort of a second life after the first push. But
yeah.
uh,
And
but
I know that there are people who do that. I have not personally done exactly the
mm,
thing that you're talking about, but I've heard.
yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, I'll just have to experiment with it and see if it works for me or not.
Yeah.
Uh, so um,
Okay.
I don't have
Really?
anything else. I was
No,
mostly
no,
going to
no.
watch over the shoulder of other people showing stuff. So
Well, I can
uh,
create a YouTube video if you want. If I can create not a YouTube video, a thumbnail if you want.
yeah, would you mind showing me like the steps you would follow to do that? That'd be helpful.
Okay, sure. I'm assuming you can see this. Is that right?
Yes, I can.
So this is one that I just came up with yesterday. And this is really just for our community. I don't plan on making this public. Maybe I should, but I didn't the video was a lot more intimate, meant for a smaller audience, and it wasn't really meant. I didn't create the video in a way that I would a normal YouTube video. So a normal YouTube video, I'm like, hi, welcome back. This is Jesse, blah, blah, blah. I'm very energetic and have kind of like a little script that I'm going through. And that wasn't at all the case in my video yesterday about making these save the dates. So um, let me just kind of walk through my thinking. Whenever I have a YouTube thumbnail here without me in it, I definitely don't plan on making that public. I really have gone back and forth about whether I'm going to make this one public. So I thought I'll just go ahead and make it so that I'm in there. But let's go ahead. Let's think about what topic. So maybe if you want the topic to be YouTube thumbnails, maybe I'll make a YouTube thumbnail about creating YouTube thumbnails. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep it super meta.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move you down here. And I'm just going to create a new thing, but I'm going to move this up. So it's the first one. All right. First, I'm going to get rid of that pink background. Now I have to think about my own color scheme that I tend to have for this particular channel. And why don't I just go ahead and do this white background? I don't think white backgrounds do very well though. So let me go ahead and try something different. Let me try this one. Now, if you go to your upload, so the thing about upload, do you have a pro
I
account
do.
for Canva? Okay.
Yep.
So this is one of my favorite tabs over here on the left is uploads. You can upload any photo that you want to in here. And it's really great because let's say even if you don't love the background, you take the background out. So let's just to be cheeky and put this one in here. I mean, it's a very, very cheeky photo and I haven't ever used it for any thumbnail, but let's do it. So I just click the background remover right here and hopefully it'll work out okay. Usually my hair looks really weird in these. Oh, it doesn't look too
That's
bad.
not bad. Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes my hair, because it's so wild, it ends up looking really, really weird with the background remover. So if that's the case, I don't use it.
I feel like I won't have that problem, but
Okay. Yeah, like this is not my favorite photo because I'm cut off here. I'm cut off here. I can use one edge to the right or left. If I didn't like it, I could oh, not position, sorry. I could click on the actual photo itself, hit flip and flip horizontal if I wanted to.
Hmm.
That's not a problem. Um we have
There
a
you
good time
go.
with that. And then yeah, I tend to put myself over on the right-hand side, but let's just do something different. And I'm not even sure
Yeah, I
that.
wonder, like psychologically, if that because since in the West we read right to left or no left to right.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, uh, I wonder if that helps, right? So you see the text and then you come across to the person to the image of the person versus seeing the person then the text.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a good question. Maybe I'll see if I can do this one if it's gonna be weird. My hair looks super weird in all those.
that's good to know about the background mover though. That's
Oh,
awesome.
it's so I just love it so much. Hmm. I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Maybe I'll do this one. Okay. Okay, I'll do this one. My hair isn't my favorite there either, but that's fine. And then, but do you see, it kind of looks when you don't have any part of your body cut off, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, sure.
So, then I'll say, something like create, well, I don't know, maybe like top tips or something. What, so we've got the all caps, we've got the text actually having to pop out, you're in it, and then like a few words, right? Okay, top four tips. Okay, top five, because you want to copy other people too. Not top, the best. The five best tips, right? Okay, so,
Getting a copywriting class too. It's great.
and then actually, you know what I'll do is let me take this out. Let me take this out because what I'll do is I'll make the best bigger.
Hmm.
Um, then best, and then tips, and then exclamation points. People love exclamation points for these things.
Gotta get that in
So
fastest right.
what is that?
So you gotta get that in fastest right.
Yeah.
It's on the right
So
syllable.
you want to bold everything. We're gonna make one like super huge, so it's gonna be fine. The five best tips. Okay. Um, the reason why I love Canva for a lot of different reasons, but the way that Canva clicks into place is just 1,000 times better than PowerPoint.
Hmm.
PowerPoint was a necessary evil back when it first sprung up, and it was great for what it was, but it just absolutely sucks compared to Canva. It's just not even close. So, best. We're gonna get best. So, okay. Now I'm gonna make this stand out in some way. Click in there, go to effects. You can, if you want to do this outline, you can change the color here. That's no problem. Um, it's just everything's super, super easy on Canva. Best, that's like, very bold. I could do that if I wanted to. So we can think about that. By the way, this effect right here, this
Hmm.
little lift effect is super, super, super effective when you have a lighter background.
Is it
It,
like a float? It kind of makes it feel like it's floating.
yeah, it
Yeah.
looks really cool. Like here, I'll show you. Um, see?
Oh yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. So this is a way to have like even white on white, but you can at least read the second thing. I mean, it
Hmm.
looks really, really, really cool. And if you have
But
a,
if you made that text like bright red or something, some kind of bright color, I bet it would really pop
let's find out.
on my
We're
background.
here. We may as well mess around and it's okay. Let's
Well,
find
no,
out.
but
Yeah, there we go.
with the shadow and stuff, yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks really,
Okay,
really
cool.
neat. And then if we put here me here, like let's say we were to, put me a little tiny bit under the text, it really, really has this great 3D dimension
Hmm.
to it. So,
Nice.
okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our dark background. So yeah, depending on if you have a light background or a dark background, that's going to change the different effects that you want to use. You want to use whatever is going to be best, right? I have to think about the color schemes that I want, but I sort of feel like maybe rather than me just sort of guessing at the color schemes, maybe I'll just go to YouTube and I will try to steal like an artist right now. So go to YouTube. I'll say the top, the best tips for YouTube thumbnails. Oh, huh. I thought that was going to pop up right away. Okay. So what we want to do is look at this has got a bunch of views, design hacks. We could go there if we wanted to. I always ignore this top one because it's just sponsored and usually it doesn't mean anything. Um, Here, this one has 90,000, 94,000 views. That's pretty good. And here I have some tools that I use that show me that this particular video is good because it's got 19 times the engagement and or the views of this channel's like average
Mm,
videos. And then this one tells me it's got 2.7, so that's still good. But okay, so that's what that thumbnail looks like. And I don't know, am I gonna get an AI version of me is on the front here? Um, yeah, I probably am not gonna bother doing that. I could, I guess, but and I'm also not a gamer, so this is a really popular thing to do is to have a big whiteboard behind you.
mm.
Oh, I just flipped up. That's okay. Um, that one's only got 1.2 times the hits. You're one click away. That's an interesting way to get people to click for the clickbait. So the title is How to Make a Killer Thumbnail.
Yeah.
And then this one, you're one click away, and basically it shows other. I wish I could mouse over it without it flipping
You
going to the
can. You have to
video.
go into the settings and turn off the preview.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's interesting. Here's another AI created thumbnail. I'll scroll past. This one, it doesn't look like a good thumbnail, but it's got 12 times the views. So it just says easy thumbnails.
Mm,
All right. So it looks like she's in kind of like a studio setting and it just says easy thumbnails. That's all it says. One thing that I know, okay, one thing that I know is really popular is we can't compare ourselves to Mr. Beast. That's not going to work.
right.
Is to say, get this in X amount of minutes or, build your a perfect YouTube thumbnail in minutes, something like that that's going to catch people. Um, And then how to, I see, or how titles are really good. I know we're not talking about titles right now, but, and this one again, it's just got her in her studio and it just says upload the right way. So it's interesting because she's got a lot of views there. She doesn't have all caps. She does have that sort of block uh,
Hmm.
color, that solid block color in the background. But I wouldn't normally look at this and say, oh, this is a great thumbnail. I don't actually think it's a good thumbnail, but it doesn't matter. It's 47 times her normal views.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So there are a lot of different ways that we can go. It looks like there's not too much of a wrong way to go here. But if you're showing people your thumbnail, if you've got the YouTube logo, you got the YouTube logo here, the YouTube logo there, um, a YouTube logo here. Okay, so maybe we'll definitely put a YouTube logo. It looks like we've got to put I want to put um, a big block of color behind the word best. Um, I could do a photo in the background for being in a studio. Could fake like I'm in a
Hmm.
studio. That's not a problem. What else should I do? I think like those are some good things to think of. So let's go ahead and just start with that. Okay, so it's got me. I'm not thrilled about that photo, but whatever. It's got me. Um, Best thumbnails. I'll just make that go this way. And I wanted this to be branded, but maybe I just need,
How do you add a background, like a virtual background or a fake background to this? Um,
whoa. I'll show you in just a second. Yeah, that's
okay.
a good question. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll put this over to the side. We'll deal with that later. And you want to go over here to the sidebar and you want to scroll down. So just don't forget, right, that you can scroll up and down on these things. And you want to go to photos. Where the hell are photos? Here we go, photos right here. And you can type in whatever you want to. So you could do studio background. I've got my all caps on still. Whoops. All right. So mm, this one looks a little too fake. This one. All right, I don't know, this could work. It's a bit light, but we can make it darker. Let's see if we can get some good ones that really pop out without it looking ridiculous. Man, if I really want to get hits, I just go ahead and put that later
Right.
on there.
So all the imagery that is on Canva here is royalty free, so you can use it in whatever way you
Yeah, as
want
long
to.
as it's pro, you're using pro. You have to do two things. One, so you have to be a pro to even be able to access that without a watermark. And I think that sometimes it won't even work at all, even if you even with a watermark if you don't
Mm.
have pro. But also you have to alter it at least in one way. So I couldn't just take this image, for example, download it and use it. You won't be able to download it at all. You have to at least change something about it. So the lighting that, have
Okay.
some text or something on top of it, something has to give. So let's go ahead and try. I'm going to scroll back up. There's part of me that kind of likes this. Okay. What you do is when you've clicked, make sure that you've clicked on the actual image and you can tell because it's got the little outline around it. And oh, for some reason I accidentally hit crop. Okay. So make sure you've clicked on the image and then you go to position. Oh my goodness gracious, here are all the layers. Oh, this is new. It used to not be this way. You used to hit back or
Oh,
back,
I see. So
no,
now you can
all
just drag the layers up and
this
down, and
honestly, this is new as of like today.
so it
Is
should
that
go
all the way
down.
forward? All the way backward. Wow, this is brand new as of today because yesterday this was not here.
Oh, neat.
Crazy. Ooh, new stuff from Canva. Thank you, Canva. Thank you, victims. Oh, this is so much better. Okay, so I like to stretch it out quite a bit because I don't want the floor to be, mid-level. I want it to look like I'm actually close to the floor, even though everybody can tell this is kind of the on top photo.
Yeah.
Um, then if we did, let's say, let's say we had the effects be something like this, and but we want that to be white. But what if we want, there we go. The best, that's great. Okay, I want the effect to be here, that there is this little label in the background. And I like that to be black. And I don't want it to have the round edges. I want it to have the corners. So I take that all the way down. I'm gonna make this bigger, by the way. Okay, I have to think about how I'm gonna actually do this. Roundness. I want to make this bigger. Okay, put that out of the way, put this here. Okay, so one thing you want to do is make sure that your stuff's like aligned. So it doesn't look completely wonkadoodle. And Canva automatically does that. If you could see that little
Mhm.
magenta
Yeah.
alignment, little dealy. So that's everything is kind of centered there. Okay, now I'm not like loving how the background is weird with that. I'm not loving that, but what if I go ahead and make the background transparent a bit?
Oh, okay, cool. And then your blue showing through. Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that could kind of work out, right? It kind of looks
Hmm.
good. Um, so you can kind of do this, make it a different layer, pop that over there we go. Best. The
I think you should put the 5 on the line with the best.
I
So
was
it's
just
the
gonna do that. I
5
was
best.
just going to do that. I absolutely hear you. We are on the same
Great
level.
minds.
Okay. All right. So that's not bad, right? That's not a bad
Okay.
YouTube thumbnail. There's high contrast, and basically people know they're going to get a quick win. They know they're going to get like five great tips.
Hmm.
I probably will make thumbnails bigger, but not too big. Maybe I'll make this a little bit smaller. I could also, you don't have to center it. You can make it flush,
Yeah.
justified left if you wanted to, but I'm gonna kind of do this a little bit wonkadoodle. So the five that kind of works, I think. This background, I don't know, that sort of looks like a little bit hospital bed without being able to see what's going on there. I don't know. Hmm, maybe I just don't love that photo. I'm gonna go through it. Like we're here now, so now it's gonna happen. But you can play with it a lot, which is really great. Session. And then just see if I like this a little bit better. Yeah, because Miss Terrible Thumbnail Person, she's still getting a lot of views. So
Hmm.
I'll do that and then try to get the transparency down. There, that kind of looks better than the other one, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I like that better.
Transparency. Okay, so this is it. And then what you do, because I have a ton of thumbnails for this one, you don't want to open for Canva. This is the homepage. You don't want to create a new project up here for every stupid thumbnail that you want to do. You don't, I mean, you can if you want to, but it's going to be an absolute pain in your butt. So here, if you just push this, it'll get you straight to a blank YouTube thumbnail, but I know where mine are, so I click mine. Now, if you, I have to be careful because some of these are videos. So when I click share, this is how you download your stuff. Click
Okay.
share, and then you hit download. Now, here's the thing. If I just hit download again, it's going to download all 183 pages
Oh,
that I have, which you don't want. So you you go ahead, get the arrow, choose the pages that you want. In this case, it's my current page. And then also, I don't want it to download as an MP4. I want it to download, and that's the reason why that's default is because some of these that I have are videos. So if you
mhm.
don't have that in your particular thumbnail section or whatever, it's not going to be an issue for you. The default is usually PNG, which we want. And then if you have a slide deck or anything that you make in the future, then you really want a PDF. But let's go ahead and do the PNG because that's what is going to be wanted by YouTube. Okay, then you hit download and it will let you know when it's ready. And bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, then you just drag and drop that when you post a video, and that's that. The five best thumbnails. So maybe I'll go ahead and do a video since I have a thumbnail ready to go, and we'll see if it goes, if it's gonna be good. Maybe I should put um I shouldn't say the five best thumbnails. I should be five best um thumbnail tips because five best. It's not like I'm gonna post the top five thumbnails.
Right.
Um, and then maybe I'll just put a Canva logo. So to find logos that are common, you scroll all the way up to elements and just type in the platform that you want. I should have hit Canva logo. Hmm. Okay, where did it go? There we go. Canva. So this way it's clear to the viewer that I'm going to be talking about how to make a YouTube thumbnail through Canva.
Or if you
Yeah,
even need the now,
yeah.
you just do five best thumbnail tips.
I think that's a good idea. Let's do it this way, just so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, this is all good. Good to go. Okay, I know I said that before, but now it really is. So let's go ahead and sort of click outside of it to make sure that it all looks good. Five best thumbnail tips. All right, so there you have it. Um, all caps, even though we saw it being successful without it being all caps before. Make sure that it stands out, so it's not just all caps. So it needs to either be have an outline around whatever it is, or have that block of solid high contrast color behind your text. Three would be to make it very short, a few words, that's it. And anything that supersells like best or something like that would be helpful to have as the biggest thing on there. It shouldn't be the same as your title. The fourth thing is that if you're going to be talking about a platform, you want to include the logos for that platform on your thumbnail. Five is that you want to include yourself in the thumbnail. And then I'll go ahead with a bonus six, and that
You always
is
got to do the bonus one.
the bonus.
Um,
The
yeah,
bonus is that you want to steal like an artist and look and see what other successful, not just other videos, other successful videos on the same topic are doing and try to do something like that.
yeah.
So there you have it.
Cool. Well, thank you. This is really helpful.
Okay, good. Good. I'm glad it's been
So
helpful.
you just have like for you have basically one project for thumbnails and you just keep creating new pages within that
That's
is the
what
way
I
to do it.
do. But not everybody's brain is gonna operate that way, and I can appreciate that. But that's what I do personally. What works for
Yeah,
me.
I can see because I know you can organize in folders and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, but if you were to see my desktop right now, it's got 1,000 windows and 1,000 tabs per window open. I mean, this is an exception, and that's only because I did it just for this particular call.
Mm.
But otherwise, it's a disaster. So I think that that makes a lot of sense, and I think that most people will operate very well that way. So yeah, if we go to Canva Home, let's see, how can we do things? Projects, right? So there's these designs, and then you can have projects, and you can have designs within your project, I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, I could probably make this happen, but I failed. I failed to do that. I need to probably organize all my stuff at some point, but I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, they give you different tools to organize with, but I can sort of see the like with things like thumbnails, right, where you're going to be keep creating videos, then you can copy, make a copy of one you made before and then adjust it if you're trying to be kind of have similar design language or whatever. Like I could see that being faster than creating from scratch every time. And
Absolutely.
that's easier to do when it's in the same document or in the same project versus when it's in separate projects. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
cool. Well, thank you very much for this. I need to go get ready for another meeting, but I really appreciate it.
Of course. I hope you have a fabulous day and weekend.
Thanks, you too.
All right, bye.